I tremendously enjoyed this because I love stories where it would seem crazy if you tried to write this as fiction, but it's that much more incredible because it's true and real. So, Jenson, as someone who was a Formula One driver who was in the middle of all of this and who won the 2009 World Championship, what did you most love about your experience? Is it something you can even sum up in that way?
In 2009?
Yeah, just like when in the middle of all of this insanity.
It's a funny one because, you know, I watched the documentary and it's so special to follow what we achieved that year, the highs, the lows. But when you're living in it, it was stressful. It really was, you know, the emotion and the pressure you put yourself under. Moments that year, I was probably at my lowest, which you'd think, how's that possible? You know, you're leading a world championship, because I led every race in terms of the world championship, but the pressure gets to you. It's tough. But winning the championship the way that we did in Brazil, that made it all better. You know, the high that we had there was just extraordinary. And, you know, winning a world championship, that's something that lives with you forever. They can never take that away. So every time I get to think about that season, puts a big smile on my face. And that was one thing that was great about this documentary. Yeah. I was able to stop and look back at what we'd achieved that year. Time's moved on, 14 years. We've all moved on doing different things, but I could stop and look back. So I thank you, Keanu, for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you, Jenson.
Well, Keanu, why do you love Formula One? Why do you think it's worth this documentary? What is it about it for you?
I don't know. Those cars look cool.
Yeah.
And they sound friggin' awesome. And racing is neat. It's neato. It's fun. It's like, it's primal. It's a team, but it's also solo. It's like the outfits are cool. It's very unique. It's very special. Not everyone can do it. You know, actually, no one can really do it except for a couple of people.
Yeah.
It's glamorous. It's exciting. And I love stories. And so to be able to have the generosity of so many people to share their experience of I don't know if there's ever been a year like in Formula One, like 2009, you know, a financial crisis, rule changes, so new cars, internecine warfare between, you know, the teams against the commercial rights holder, and it might be collapsing. It might be the last year of Formula One. Like, what's going on? And then this team, Ross Brawn, a genius, joining this other team, Nick Fry, trying to I mean, Jenson, you drove a car in a shakedown that had no sponsorship. You drove like a white car with like no sponsorship. They weren't in the brochure for the first race in Melbourne. Like, they didn't know that they'd be racing. Like, oh my gosh.
Anyway. You see that we even got the wrong numbers in the garage.
No, I didn't see that. Oh, really? Oh, right.
There's number 20 and 21 on the wall, and we were 22 and 23.
I mean, it's like, it's a bad news bear. It's a team that can't. But it's the team that did, and it's how.
Keanu, how do you find the experience of being the one sitting in the chair across from the subjects, asking the questions? Did your own experience with being the subject of interviews yourself shape or dictate at all the way you wanted to handle this?
Yeah, sure. The experience of what is a good interview or bad. I mean, it's as you know, it can take so many different shapes, you know, but, you know, I really enjoy interviewing people. I mean, I love conversation, and I love, you know, kind of getting to know the hows, the whys, the wheres. You know, as an actor, you're always investigating your character, the story. So I really enjoy sitting down and having a conversation with someone about what they do and did.
Jenson, for you, I mean, do you feel like you are someone who thrives under pressure? Do you feel it all before you get in the car and start the race, or do you feel it until the race ends?
I think that moment in my career when I was 29, I struggled under pressure. I put myself under immense pressure. After that season, I grew so much as a driver, physically, mentally. And I put that to good use over the next few years when I had Lewis Hamilton, probably the greatest ever Formula One driver, as my teammate. But that season, no, I struggled under pressure. When I had a good car and I was at my best, I was unbeatable. But as soon as that dropped away, I struggled with it. And I don't mind saying that. And I was afraid to show a weakness. I think as a racing driver, this is very, an aggressive sport where we're very strong and you don't want to show a weakness. You don't want to show it to your competitors. But I think if I did, I would have got over the slump a lot quicker. But it wouldn't have made such a good story, would it? So the way it played out, it's perfect. But in the moment, it definitely didn't feel perfect.
Keanu, as an actor who has done a good amount of physical stunt work, and you are someone who is a racing enthusiast, does it feel like one sort of feeds into the other as far as your interest in it, and then it feeds back? Like, are you interested in doing physical work because you love racing, and does the interest from racing come from that? I mean, it feels like they're very natural companions.
I don't know. I don't know about the competitive aspect of it, but I think they're both very physical, moving through space, understanding your own space. And also there is a discipline, there is training, skills, different skills. And you have to and a lot of evaluation. Like you do something and then it's like, what did I do? And then how can I do it better?
Yeah.
I think that, Jenson, when you agree, there's something in there with a race car driver.
I feel that certain actors could be amazing. Well, they definitely have the right mindset to be great racing drivers because they're all about the fine detail, studying, and trying to make it their own. And obviously you need the natural ability to be able to turn a steering wheel and drive around corners. But I think Keanu could be a great racing driver.
No, that's very kind of you, sir. And I look forward to your performance on stage as Hamlet.
I'll tell you what, it definitely doesn't work both ways. The worst actor. I really am.
Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for interesting me in this whole subject. I was fascinated with the series, so thank you so much.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you.